Why is quality of work important? Well, I think quality of work is really important because we all want to maintain and we want to sustain and we want to keep in a job and be happy there. So I've always tried to encourage people to find an organisation they want to work for, because that's one plus, or find a job they really want to do, or find a life plan that their job that they're going for will lead them to. So a lot of organisations will push somebody into a particular job. Care, as I've touched on, one of the questions I always ask is, could you wipe somebody's bum? I ask that question because there's a simple truth to a lot of care, and you need to be prepared and ready. If that's something that you can overcome, and if you are an empathetic person, then the joy you will find within the job will far outweigh the wages. Now, that's not always positive. We see nurses paid very poor wages and carers partly because they want to do their job, they want to care for people, they want to help people, and the quality of the job is the most important part. The finances, that's probably essentially why they're not paid quite as well. But we can see this in any sort of role. If you're coming from with a mental health issue or with a physical health issue, if it's a physical health issue, you perhaps don't want to be sitting all day, can't be pushing something around all day. If it's a mental health issue, you perhaps can't cope with early mornings at the very beginning, or you can't cope with long distance. Whatever your mental health barrier may be, you need to find a job that allows you to manage that. So it's important you find good quality work. How I would say I'd do that is, first of all, if you work for an organisation you like, that therefore will give you an incentive to go into work because you enjoy it. An atmosphere you like is always important. You maybe already have people working there. Why not target those organisations? It's important for you to have good quality work. What's the point in, especially if you've come from a benefit scheme, if you've come off benefits to a job and perhaps you've been forced, you know yourself that you're not going to be happy if it's a higher rate disability allowance. So for instance, you could get out of work and back onto benefits. That's no good for you. It effectively costs the country more money anyway. You're not reinvesting and the system doesn't work. That's why on both parts you need to find a job you enjoy and that you're happy with, and actually that would suit the country in a better way because it would allow them to then retain some of that natural resource that you're putting back in. It's very, very obvious in care how many people are pushed into care because it's an easy job. I used to work at a hospital for the NHS, and I made a point of anyone that I referred to a job scheme that they were good care workers, that they could actually do the job, so that when they worked in the hospitals, doctors, nurses, any supervisors, anybody they worked with, the hygiene staff, the porters, all felt as though they were striving towards one goal. Care would obviously improve. People would spend less time in hospital, they'd be happier. Nurses regularly came to us and said, it's so much better having people that really enjoy the job. This person's fantastic. We put this person on this training. We didn't think this person was really suited here. We thought they'd be better in a better role, so we moved them on. If they can see that you want to work there, and if you want to work there, then you can definitely find the right avenue and find the right job for you. And for me, it is very important for everybody to find a role that they enjoy. You might not enjoy it to start with, but if you've got enjoyment in the future, or if you can see a path to somewhere, say for instance a lot of people who maybe get into administration want to work in HR, it's a great path to take. Everyone has these transferable skills and you can use them in that job to get to where you want to go in the future.